Hello, dear adventurers, and welcome to another Needlessly Complicated 14. My name's Arietta, and today I have a fever. So I'm sick, but I'm still streaming. I'm gonna see how far I get. I'm hoping for the full 2 hours, but I just want everyone to be aware up front that I am sick. So probably gonna be a little bit of a nasally voice, and I apologize for that. But yeah, we're going to try to get as far as we can anyway. I hope you're all having a good day. Today we are continuing where we left off. I had a bonus stream on Sunday because I ran out of YouTube content because I did not plan ahead. That was my bad. But we are back again and we are going to be working our way through the level 25 job quests, as many as possible, starting with Arcanist because it currently is our lowest level with lowest experience. Uh, we need to head over to Aleport so that we can head up to Memaroon's trading post, which is in Upper Lenosha? Upper, outer, eh, whatever. So I had mentioned them before, but I'm very thankful that I was able to actually get those neck fans that I had mentioned because today especially, it's not the worst. It's only like 92 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Celsius. Um, so definitely not bad for where I'm at, considering we've had a regular string of days that were 102 and higher. Uh, that said, not a great day to have a fever without extra air conditioning. It's not something you want to deal with when it's already hot as heck outside. Okay, so I'm here. What am I doing here? I speak with the local, so is that going to be a person behind the tents? Yes, it is. Witness? How very incriminating. Evening, miss. I was the one as sent word to your guild about spotting your leader. It's a right rare sight to see Crihid Tia roaming about. He asked me the way to Thalos. Could be he was seeking to speak with the scholar who lives out there. Oh, we've talked to this young Lalafellan lad. Well, I don't actually know how old he is, but we've talked to him before. We gathered fossils for him. So, for anyone new here, this is an all jobs, all quests run of Final Fantasy XIV. Uh, that was not the button I was looking for. So, we have all of the jobs unlocked that are currently available to us, which means that we do not have any job stones yet because we're leveling them simultaneously. And that includes Department of Hand and Department of Land. So all of these jobs are currently above level 25, which means we have job quests for all of them. I'm trying to get the job quests out of the way today so that we can hopefully level everything up just a little bit more, and that will give us a little bit more wiggle room so that we can level predominantly through side quests because there's only so many MSQ and side quests to level a job. Leveling in this game is super easy to get over leveled if you're only doing one job and only doing the MSQ. What I'm finding is that doing all of the jobs and all of the side quests means that you run out of quest material very quickly and become underleveled very quickly after a certain point. So yes, that's why we're doing job quests today, and I don't remember which ones we've already done. Oh, yes, I do. We did Archer, Conjurer, and Lancer. So now we have already picked up Marauder, Rogue, and Arcanist, and then we'll head into Ul'dah after this and do those ones. And we're going to put on some mineral water so we can get as much experience out of this as humanly possible. One of the things about hitting level 25 is that we no longer have our het. I already gave it to my retainer, but the friendship circlet gives you an experience bonus, but only up until level 25. Hello there. Why, yes, I did receive a visit from a gentleman identifying himself as the Arcanist Guildmaster. An odd fellow, but obviously possessed of a well-rounded education. As it so happens, he bid me pass on a message to anyone who came searching for him. Ahem. Reunited, the 3 slips of parchment hold the problem to the solution. The Guildmaster mentioned that the slips of parchment are concealed amongst the bones of Thalos. I suppose you are expected to search for them. Great! Okay. But yeah, I mean, hey, streaming while sick, I'm able to do nasally voices real well. So hey, that's nice. Definitely. Okay, there's one. I'm awaiting something to jump out at me. It's been so long since I've done these quests because Arcanist was my very first class that I played in this game, and I was a summoner main for a very long period of time before switching to dancer. Yaha. And just gotta get past all the bones. That's 2 hidden parchments. Now to remember how the heck to get out of here, because this is complicated. Okay. Can I do it this way? Maybe? Possibly? Scroll all the way out to see our options? I might be able to go this way. Please jump. Oh, I'm being impeded by more bones. Still being impeded by bones. Chocobo? Aha. Camera angles, why? Bane of my frickin' existence. Success! Okay, now we gotta get all the way over there. And we have to attack some kobolds because we're not going to be able to get to that without doing so. And this guy for good measure. Okay. That went faster than I expected. Awesome. Okay, what do I do with them? The important questions. Deliver the slips back to the Lalafell. Got it. So I definitely was not sick on Sunday when I streamed. And I definitely didn't feel sick yesterday. Sure, tired, but not sick. So this has been... It just came on really fast and unexpected. Not enjoying it. That's where his house is. Have you tracked down these 3 slips of parchment? Both sides are filled with letters and markings unlike any you've seen in Eorzea. Interesting. They actually exist. To be perfectly honest, I thought you had been sent on a wild dodo chase. Let's have a look at these, shall we? Well, well, penned in ancient Allegan, no less. Fortunately for you, I have a passing familiarity with the script. Seek the box at Fool Falls. Dance a jig for your wooden audience. Claim the secret from the opened heart. A most cryptic set of instructions, I must say. Do you intend to follow them? This guildmaster of yours certainly enjoys his games. Yeah, we gotta follow him. We have to help him with his dumb little games. I'm sorry. Trying not to use that word. Trying not to use ableist words. We don't use words like dumb in this stream. Or at least we're trying not to. We're trying to get better. We're going to play his games, silly as they may be. Uh-oh. And even though they might get us killed. Look, I don't want to be here. Why do you want to do this to me? But yeah, that's another thing that I am trying to do with mixed success is to change my language to be less ableist because no one wants to be the person to make someone else feel bad. I mean, actually, that's untrue. There are plenty of people out there who want to make other people feel bad. I'm just not one of them. I want this place to be inclusive and where people don't feel like they're going to have to worry about being upset. Okay. The box lid is jammed shut. I do remember this part, which I'm not looking forward to. Okay, so we dance for the box. The box rattles and thumps about as if something within seeks to be freed. It appears the lid has been loosened somewhat. I don't know how on earth, or Eorzea, this person was capable of making a box that does not unlock until someone dances in front of it. That seems very specific. Anyways. Yep, and here are the tree slugs, and I don't like them. And I don't have an AoE yet, so I am upset by that. I remember this being so difficult on my main character when I was just learning how to play the game. I'm pretty sure I died several times on my main character. But yeah, that was back when I didn't know anything about how to play this game. Okay. Where? Thank you. You find a slip of parchment inside the box. If there are answers you would seek, then to the trading post go now. Now go. Apparently my reading comprehension is even worse than normal due to the fever. We're gonna keep trying though. I hope that the cold medicine kicks in. Before the owner, be not meek. With your 2 feet, provide a show. What is it with this guy and the sylphs just wanting everybody to dance all the time? Yeah, I'll come back and do Huntslog later. I'm busy. I got stuff to do. Okay. Hello, Memoroon. And we have to dance again. Cutscene. No captions. Cut scene. There you go. Ah, now that was most entertaining. I must have something to amuse me during these little jaunts back to civilization, you understand. Based on my evaluation of your abilities, however, I calculated that you would arrive at this point somewhat earlier. You balked at the dancing, didn't you? I never expected you to be so shy. Heh, another variable to add to your list of characteristics. I keep extensive mental notes on all of the guild's members, you see. As an Arcanist, it was a simple matter to engineer events so that I might meet you face to face. After all, strategy is a tool used to manipulate one's situation into the desired reality. And I do so enjoy seeing others dance in the palm of my hand, as it were. Here, you may have this. Think of it as payment for your performance. Though you might consider passing the tome to Clyhia. That is the reason you sought me out, was it not? Before you give Clyhia the grimoire, however, I must insist that you dance for her. I will know if you don't. This banal interaction has simply exhausted me. It is time I return to my studies. You, on the other hand, should travel forthwith to the anchor yard in Limsa Lominsa. Be well, Arietta. We shall meet again. I'm 100% certain of it. Okay, real talk. Maybe it's just that my memory is terrible, but I do not remember meeting him again. So, 6.2 spoilers? I don't freaking know. Anchor Yard, Limsa Lominsa. Before we do that, I did want to get some of the other job stuffs out of the way. So, Rogue is going to be fastest. Actually, it is going to be fastest to go from Limsa. So we'll switch back to Arcanist and just turn that in before we go on the rogue quest. Okay, one moment, please. So my partner is also home today because he is also sick. Unpleasant turn of events for all involved, and he asked that I would close my door so that there would be 2 doors closed and a fan between us so that I'm not waking him up. That wasn't the correct direction. Where the heck am I supposed to go? Yeah, down to the Fisherman's Guild? Or is it going to be faster to start from Hawker's Alley? A lot of the early quests kind of require you to have a loose understanding of these maps and just know and go to these places, and they put such a high expectation on anyone's ability to navigate these maps. Was it here? No, it was upstairs. Where is she? Okay. So it is upstairs? I'm so lost. It only took 20 minutes. Less even. And I've done these quests before. It's just, you know, been like... I don't even remember how long I've been playing. Let's be realistic here. Anchor Yard. You're Neldeek and Vimeli. I need to add that to the captions. But I've also been thinking lately about switching around a lot of the things that I do for the stream. I just need to figure out what's feasible and what really isn't. You know? Wrong way. I'm just gonna leave the map open. I'm just gonna leave it open. Because otherwise I'm gonna get lost again. And that would be boring. There it is. I have limited options to screw this up again. One would hope. There she is. So we are supposed to dance for her. Were you always one for dancing? I don't recall any such Ah, you've met with our guildmaster, haven't you? Yes. That would explain your odd behavior. He does so enjoy seeing people perform unexpected acts of frivolity. But what could have spurred our reticent guildmaster to speak with you in person? The leather binding of this recently crafted tome is uncracked, its pages still crisp. He gave you this grimoire to give to me? Uncanny. It is identical to the tome I received the first time I ever met our leader. You have my thanks, Arietta. The guildmaster is fond of games and mischief, and I understand the troublesome trials he likely put you through before deeming you worthy of his attention. With this gift, however, his message to me is abundantly clear. I am to shape the reality into one I desire. And that means defeating Dos Maga. Gods, my mind is alive again with strategies. I must have time to think. Pray inform Mistress Thubergeim of my return to duty. Also, for those of you who, like me, didn't catch it the first time around, look who's in the background of this little conversation. Look. They're doing an interview with none other. Are you hoping to join our crew? You'll have to walk to the back of the line and wait your turn with these others. Perhaps the captain will like your face. Perhaps he'll pitch you over the wall. There are many and more willing to risk his fickle favor for a chance to serve on Lymian's most beloved ship. So, I'm pretty sure, I'm almost positive, I'm pretty sure this is Dos Maga. Anyways, we'll be finding out more about that shortly. Or rather, we will for the level 30 quests. I'm very much hoping that sometime in the near future I'll be able to take a nap and get some good sleep. Nikki's been waking me up by licking my face again, and it's just like, Cat, why would you do this to me? Why are you licking me on the nose? at 5 a.m. For what purpose? Okay. Playa has recovered from her despondency. This is wonderful news, and we have you to thank for it. It is unfortunate, however, that both Claya and our guildmaster are possessed of such impenetrable personalities. But at least in the case of the Foreseer, we have an inkling as to the nature of the cage that imprisons her. I continue to hope that her partnership with you shall gradually pry those bars apart. Return to your training, Arietta, and prepare yourself for the demanding tactics Claya is surely to formulate in the days ahead. Worse? Um, Slightly better? Slightly better? Um, kind of the same. Just a better item level. I'm taking the shoes. Because I don't like the duckbills we're wearing. We can't wear them until level 26. How incredibly rude. Okay, now we'll do the rogue quest. I needed to go to the middle Lenosha Gate because it is the quicker way to get to where in the map we need to go in Lower Lenosha. Captions! Why are you doing this to me today? And we're just gonna ignore the yellow jackets. Because they've been awful rude to us lately. These are very low leveled. However, that is not. Okay. What are my skills again? This is throwing, then it's 1-2, 1-2, trick attack, potency of 300, 400 when executed from target's rear. Probably not going to be able to get the higher effect off. Shade shift creates a shadow to nullify damage. Mug delivers an attack with a potency of 150, increases target's damage taken by 5%. Increases the chance of additional items being dropped by target if Mug is dealt before or after the finishing blow. Okay. I kind of understand, but yeah, Rogue is one of the jobs where I'm just like, I don't really understand all of this. Oh, and it forces me out of hiding. How rude. Thank you. Welcome to the House of Sticks, young rogue. You must excuse my hireling's enthusiasm for greeting visitors. Now, have you any cumbersome baggage of which I might relieve you before we begin our conversation in earnest? Yeah, it's a leather bag containing what feels like a substantial amount of gil. Yeah, a heavy burden for one of your tender years. Yeah, thank you, other rogue. I'm just gonna stand over here out of the way. A heavy burden for one of your tender years to bear, but it's a weight that has balanced the scales. The sum is paid and the deal is made. Let us speak of those reformists. This faction that was so wrong to the code now seeks to peddle one of its reading comprehension much lower, forehead very warm, brain frying. This faction that so wronged the code now seeks to peddle one of its stolen treasures, the earrings better known as the Silver Sorrows. The deal, it is said, is set to take place at Costa del Sol, the buyer, a moneyed merchant from the golden sands of Ul'dah. The earrings will be out in the open, vulnerable. I would target the moment of transaction were I so inclined, as the gentleman up there by the cabin appears to be, for he purchased the selfsame information. I, I can't see. Can't turn my head that far just yet. Though he attempts to disguise his identity, the stench of a soldier yet lingers. I know not where one such as he came to learn of my existence, but I suspect he works for a certain yellow-coated captain. Gah, brave she is, but foolish. Stumble blindly into the underworld, and your groping hands will not save you from the holes at your feet. Sudden shall her fall be. Okay, this man. Oh, hello. I have... No, thank you. How do I... Yeah. No, we don't buy followers. We don't buy followers on this channel. No, thank you. We also don't accept spam messages. Okay, so I have to speak with Jack at the Rogues Guild, but before I do that, I am going to do Marauder. Where is Marauder? Marauder is down by Morby Dry Docks. How do I... Okay, so in order to clear that message from my screen so that I don't have to think about it being there anymore, here's a little blurb. And it doesn't quite fit in the space available, so it says Arietta is doing all quests and all jobs in Final Fantasy XIV, the best she can anyways. If a quest appears in the minimap, she has to accept the quest unless her quest log is full, or come back later for it. All jobs must be within 10 levels of each other as quickly as possible once obtained. So that's a little bit about what we're doing. These are leave quests, which we aren't counting unless we decide to do so later. The quests that we are doing, so these are the MSQ quests that we have completed. There's a lot of them. Good grief, that's more than I thought there was. And we have all these side quests, but they're divided into which major city-state they are nearby. And we have the job class quests. And there's also going to be other quests, but so far we're leaving leave quests out of it. Okay. And I don't remember what this is. This is a new one. Delivers an attack with potency of 100. Ooh. Combo potency. Ooh. That's awful nice. Is that my 3 for my 1-2-3 attack? It also restores HP. Wow. That's cool. So Berserk. We're just gonna move that there and hope I don't forget. Okay, Silkwib, what you got for me? Well, this should be the place. I don't see... do you sense that encroaching aura of violence, Arietta? Pray, unlimber that axe of yours. We got some big damage to do. Hello! Uh-oh, come on. I forgot how to press buttons. This is embarrassing. This seems to be the last of them. Compared to what we faced before, though, it was terribly... So, this is the indomitable Arietta Stormstrike. Who in the seven hells are you? Wait, is that... We have deemed you worthy of our challenge. Come, Marauder. Let us test the edge of your steel. Oh, brother. Okay, hello. We're gonna make sure that you're not attacking our healer because that's rude of you. Don't do it. Okay, bye. Oh, there's more. It's really bad when your attacks are so weak that I can AoE myself out of them. Hello. You're a wee bit stronger. It is our number 3 button. Hooray! Okay, bye, friend. It seems my underlings have provided you with poor sport. Very well, I shall take your measure with mine own blade. Do not think to show me quarter, Arietta, for I shall surely show you none. Alright. Cool. I mean, it is a little bit cheaty feeling that I have a healer on my side and you do not. This feels a bit like cheating. I mean, I'm pretty much at full health and he's at 0. I yield. Your strength has humbled us all. It just might be enough. We are done here, my colleagues. Drag away those who cannot stand. Your display of prowess was truly impressive, Arietta. Worthy indeed. What a ridiculous charade. Did he honestly think we couldn't see through those paltry disguises? Though I am confident my brother's act was not born of malice, rather he hoped by concealing his identity that the trial would seem more threatening, thus increasing its effectiveness. Not an entirely successful undertaking, but what one must appreciate his intentions. It is time you returned to the guild. Oh, and as for me, pray indulge Virzo in his little deception. Subterfuge is not a marauder's forte. Okay, well, so we have to go back to Rogue's Guild and also Marauder's Guild. Teleport to Limsa. And I'm just going to take a quick break to stretch. Please feel free to consider this a stretch break for yourselves as well, if you also need to check your posture. Marauder. Arietta, I've heard he's not even wearing different armor, he's just not wearing a helmet anymore. Yeah, that was a really crap disguise. Arietta, I have heard of your skirmish on the Salt Strand. You did well to topple opponents of such formidable skill. But let us not dwell on the nature of those masked men. What is important is your triumph in the face of overwhelming odds. Your fellow marauders are honored to have you swing your axe in the guild's name. They stand behind you, one and all, as you prepare to overcome your greatest trial yet. Aye, the time has come for you to bring Kujata's bloody rampage to an end. When next he rears his horrible horned head, you shall be ready to bury your blade in his skull. Thank you? Oh, that's an improvement, even though it's a lower item level. Holy crap, that's a big improvement. This is not an improvement. This is also a very large improvement coming with improved item levels. So this is green. I'm expecting the gladiators to give me some red of the same thing. Oh, I know this one. I don't want it. I'm gonna take these because I think they are better than they are a bigger upgrade. But we are also going to be doing the gladiator quest, which is going to give us a new chest as well, I'm sure. We look so weird. With our little Harlequin jacket and giant green shoes. Okay. Fisherman's Guild. Going to drink some water. Other than being sick, it's not been a bad week. I just don't want to be sick. I'm tired. I'm tired anyway, but I don't need an excessive reason to be tired. Welcome back, Arietta. What information did the old man have on them reformists? Looking to unload them earrings, are they? To an old Don, no less. Can't say as I'm surprised to hear the buyers from out of town. You won't find many limpsons willing to melt coin on aught them coves are selling. Only the daftest of sods would go about funding them as means to pull down the Admiral. Eh? One of Milala's lackeys arrived at the house afore you? How did they know to... Bah, them curs we captured must have cackled during the shrew's interrogations. We'll have to assume the Yellow Jackets know what we know, and that means we'd best get our arses to Costa del Sol right bleeding now. I'll handle this one, Jack. You and Arietta can wait here for Paramu. Oi, Vakebe, what in the hell's is she playing at? After her last, she knows this ain't a solo job. And off we go! Do I have the Costa del Sol? I don't know if I have that one yet. I don't. Which ferry do I take? Is it this one? Yes. afraid the Costa del Sol ferry is out of service for repairs? The ferry will become available upon reaching level 30? That's incredibly rude. I dislike that quite a bit. Okay. Well, since we haven't gone there ourselves and we can't take the ferry. Dang it. And we haven't gotten to Wineport either. Looks like we're running. And the fastest route is going to be from the gates of the city. Incredibly rude of them. You must be this buff to ride this ride. Curses. Okay. I still don't really understand why they didn't map it so that there was an aetheryte on the northernmost end. Both of these lead there? Which one do I want to take? This one, I guess. The other one leads to Wineport, probably. But yeah, that would have been a great little place to have an aetheryte. I know that we need the eggs of these things. I cannot remember for what or why. We're running so slow because we don't have a speed boost in this area. Just casual little trot. Also, all of these things are as big as Kujata. Why is he special? Okay, we've got the Chocobo Porter. Now we're gonna get that Aetheryte before we finish this quest. I keep fixing Aetheryte in my captions, and it keeps coming up with new wrong ways to spell it or interpret it. I told you to wait at the guild. I don't need... Well, it might be as I could use an extra mort in the shadows after all. Jack has his mind set on pushing the executioners, but me, I just want to skulk in, cloy them silver bits, and skulk out. I reckon if we could manage that with no one the wiser, then they wouldn't know who to come after. Finish the job without drawing my daggers, you know? It ain't exactly true to the code, but the shield of the underworld honor won't stop them bloody killers from cutting me mates' throats and setting the sisters in a glimmer. The guild's the only place what offered to take in a pirate stray like me, and I'll not see it burn to the ground. The deal's about to start. Say the word when you're bene to head in. Oh, this one's hard. Alright. Let's try to get this done quickly as possible. Make sure I have on all the good gear. I do. Okay. Good luck. Specifically to me, because I'm the one who needs it right now. Alright, here's what we know. The rich merchant what's come over from Ul'dah is some old maid of Master Gigeruju, the cull that owns the Costa del Sol. Gigeruju's taken his guards and dancing dells and pranced off down the beach someplace, given over the use of the entire resort to his friend. Seems she didn't want an audience for her bargain with the reformists, which, as it happens, works out well for us. We'll wait until they're busy haggling over price, then snatch the sorrows and hop the twig before they realize aught's amiss. Sound like a plan? I see you, captions. I see you not working correctly. There. The players have arrived. The reformist coin counter and the Ul'dan buyer are setting up on the southeast platform. The earrings ought to be nearby. Hang about? Who are all these other culls? The place was meant to be empty. I see some nasty-looking blokes in Ul'dan garb, and are those Momets? Ugh, that merchant's brought along a whole bloody entourage. I've gone and got ahead of myself. I should have realized the job never be that easy. Oof. Yeah. Reading comprehension is much worse with a fever. Don't do it, it's bad. Do not follow my example. Do not do this at home. We'll have to mill a few of them bodyguards first, I reckon. You don't want to fight through a forest of blades should you get caught sneaking about up them narrow walkways. Jack, I thought I'd... Stow your excuses, love. I know full well what you're about. You start going soft on us, though, and it'll be like losing one of me arms. I can't take on the bloody executioners all by myself. It's only 'cause I've got rogues like you and underfoot and Arietta here that the guild can take the jobs it does. When our coves walk the shadows, it's the bleeding pirates what do the trembling. Remember that, Vikebe. We ain't some two-gill robbers what piss their breeches when their daddles are caught in the honey pot. We're the knives and the darkmans, and no bastard wants to go blade to blade with the likes of us. I see you've not changed your mind, then. You'll need the stabbers you can get, and I'll promise mine'll be there when you need 'em. Bene. Now let's carve a path to that platform and bite back them earrings. Vikebe, you hide yourself down by the docks in case the marks escape during the fight. Arietta, you and me'll split up and mill the guards as we go. It's them puppets as concern me most. I suggest you crush them little buggers before you can spring any rum fun. Creep in as close as you dare and give 'em a good solid clout from behind. It ain't the most original strategy, but that don't make it any less lethal. Once you're done with the first group, slip back into the shadows and move on to the next. Not to it, eh? I'll head over to the back while you start from the front. Let's wrap this up afore them jackets blunder in and scare off our marks. Okay, so we are going to hide. And we're supposed to deal with the Mommet first. Okay. That's one. Okay. Gonna wait for Trick Attack to come back up. It'll take a little bit longer, but it'll be easier in the long run. And we can kind of see Jack dealing with stuff off in the distance. Can't see from the tents. How very rude of them. Luckily, this is pretty straightforward, just 1-2 buttons. Oh, we need to hide again. That's important. Oh, this guy has armor. Fancy. Okay, might need to nullify damage on that one, so it's good to remember where that button is. Didn't realize who I was hitting. That is a mistake you do not want to make. Oh, come on. Now it's time to press buttons we don't know what they do. Or rather, don't remember. Where is the sellsword captain? More pressing matters at hand. Apparently Jack needs our help. Jack. I thought you could handle this. Rogues? No one mentioned aught about rogues. Well, what in the hells do you think you're doing? I'm conducting a business transaction on behalf of the bloody executioners. Do you understand what that means? Do you know what they'll do to you? I am affrighted. I'm all affrighted. Odd then that you're the one who's shaken. It don't much matter to me who you work for. Your boss has broke the code, and we're here to collect. Those would be the Silver Sorrows, then. I'm sure you paid a caravan a coin for them shiny baubles, but I doubt they're worth your life. Let's have 'em then. Well, wait, damn you! You should know what this personage is. That this personage is an extremely influential member of the East Aldenard Trading Company. Surely you've heard of it. If the threat of reprisal will not stay your hand, then consider the political ramifications of interfering with a foreign dignitary. The Admiral would not desire you to damage Limsa's relations with Ul'dah. Yes, exactly! I'm a very highly placed in Ul'dan society. I have powerful friends who would not be pleased for you to mistreat me in any fashion. And you must understand, the Silver Sorrows are a historical treasure, a gift once bestowed upon Sultana Nasha ul Nasha by her champion. The earrings were later stolen from the royal vault, and we'd lost hope of ever recovering them. That I might so easily purchase them thus is a miracle. The return on these trinkets will be, that is to say, the sorrows must be returned to Ul'dah. Can you not look the other way for the sake of my nation's pride? You must think me some dull-witted thug. If this deal was being made on behalf of your country, then why are you sneaking about and consorting with pirates? An excellent point. One might doubt your quality of character were you to continue with these feeble fabrications. You need only entrust those earrings to me, should you truly wish to see them returned to Ul'dah, that is. After all, 'twas to fulfill that very purpose that the Thalaccracy bid on the Sorrows in the first place. Bit late there, are you, Captain? I think you'll agree this round belongs to us. On the contrary, my dear scoundrel, I made the winning move the moment I knew we were dealing with a merchant of Ul'dah. I come bearing an official order of seizure authorized by the Admiral herself. If you will not be harmed, but I must insist that you cooperate with this reclamation of unlawfully obtained goods. Though Costa del Sol is private property, it is nevertheless lies within state-governed territory. Come along quietly, and we need not inconvenience Master Gageru any further. These suspects will be taken into Yellow Jacket custody, and do not concern yourself with the Silver Sorrows. They'll be quite safe with me. Bah, the hells take that canary-colored harpy. We might as well have handed the things over to her on a velvet cushion. I'll go and find Underfoot and help him with his digging. There's still that lost treasure out there, and you can be sure the reformists won't be giving it up without a fight. Aye, you do that. Bene luck to you, love. Ah, there you are. You left before events had truly been decided, and I had thought you deserved to know the score. The Ul'dah merchant has acquiesced to our request and surrendered the Silver Sorrows into our keeping. We've also apprehended the reformist accountant and will be holding him for further questioning. Oh ho! Bonin, an associate of the bloody executioners. You yellow jackets don't flinch from your duty, I'll give you that. And what's this I hear about you buying information, Captain? I thought you'd sooner die than associate with elements of the underworld. I will do what I must to stay ahead in this challenge, and that Marketeer's knowledge was vital to the case. 'Tis true I might find his practices distasteful, but he is no pirate. It is the fading era of piracy which I mean to consign to the history books, and that chapter will never be fully closed until every pirate spawn relic, including you and your guild, becomes a thing of the past. Valiant and forthright, these are the words by which the Yellow Jackets live. It is the manner in which we protect Limsa Lominsa. I swore an oath on the graves of my sisters. No more shall the innocent suffer at the hands of these savage buccaneers, these unrepentant killers. And a grand oath it is. Me, I've got my fambles so full just keeping the code intact. But the code is a kind of oath too, and when you get down to it, and since I've sworn to uphold it, I have no intention of stepping aside and letting you trample all over me or me coves. In fact, you'd be better off giving in now afore matters get proper serious. Just say you're sorry, admit defeat, and we'll leave it at that, eh? Your audacity knows no bounds. I'm done wasting words. I shall reclaim the last treasure, and then I will look on victoriously as your guild is dismantled brick by brick. Ha ha ha, that's the spirit, Captain. Just don't forget to keep an eye on them earrings. The city's crawling with rogues, you know. You could keep the Sorrows in a bloody lockbox in the Coral Tower, but look away for a moment and one of me coves'll bite them beauties right back. Come on, Arietta. It's back to the sisters for us. All right. We did the thing and we did a good job. What's this? Level 30 stuff. We cannot do it yet. However, I'm going to take a quick short intermission. Oh, hello, Nikki. I didn't even realize you were in the room. You're behaving, which is a startling thing to notice at any time. Okay, so BRB. Nope, that's not correct. BRB. There it is. So I will be taking a quick break and I will be back shortly. See you soon. Welcome in, Seki. I only just got back myself. Alright, back to the correct scene. We just finished up a rogue instance quest, so we're teleporting back to Limsa to turn that in. And I just checked my temperature. The fever is still going. I am displeased. Unsurprised. No. Yes, that's... Thank you, captions for correcting. I am not surprised, but I am still displeased. Having rogue on your job description has to raise some red flags. You're not wrong. Especially if you're an annoying little yellow jacket captain whose only redeeming factor is that she's got cute hair. She is not sweet. She is kind of adorable. Definitely not lovable. You got 1 out of 3. Well, after all that hard work, the shrew made off with the spoils. And as far as her damn contest goes, I suppose that makes us even. It'll be the last treasure of this black sarcophagus that decides the victor. Whatever the reformists are doing to keep it bob, you can bet your grandmom's teeth there's some blade work needed before this job's done. Get yourself ready for a proper scrap, Arietta. Okay. That's worse. Dang it. Pretty identical. Actually, identical in fact. Better. Worse. So we're taking the pants. Hooray! Proper pants! I'm so happy for proper pants. Okay, so on Sunday we did Conjurer, Archer, and Lancer. Today we have done Marauder, Arcanist, and Rogue so far, so now we're heading over to Ul'dah to work on Gladiator, Pugilist, and Thaumaturge. R.I.P. Subligar. Yeah, it's gone. I have no doubts that they're going to try and put me in something even more ridiculous soon. Is this correct? Which one do I want to do first? I actually want to do Pugilist first because it has the lowest EXP. Oh, dang it, I forgot to... Let's drink our mineral water so we can get that EXP boost. Please? Thank you. Okay. I'm going to Ul'dah. After this, I'm gonna need a nap. I also forgot when I took the cold medicine, so I have no idea when I'm supposed to take my next dose. Which, as you might suspect, is not the proper way to care for yourself when you have a fever and are sick. It does mean that my body is fighting it, but it's also 92 degrees outside my apartment and like 84 inside. Pugilist. That's the closest aetheryte. 100% humidity where you are, Seki? That's awful. Like, I am physically ill just thinking about that. Poor thing. East Coast is always 80 to 100% humidity in the summer. No offense, but I am glad I am on the opposite coast from that, even if it's ridiculously hot here. Okay. Going to readjust my chair real quick. Gotta sit up straight. And I'm doing a bad job of it today because I'm tired. You get nice winters though, so it makes up for it. Yeah. Ha ha ha. I swear, each time I see you, you remind me more and more of my younger self. At this rate, you're like to transform into a handsome devil before the moon's over. Now then, I believe you're here to learn. Unfortunately, I'm in no condition to teach. This is rather embarrassing to admit, but in my eagerness to prepare for the big rematch, I've overtrained and thrown out my back. Ugh. I tell you, old age is hells. I fear Chuchuto will have to tend to you in my stead. It seems the prospect of facing his old rival has lit a veritable fire under Master Hammond's backside. I'm so relieved to see that he has a purpose again. The trick is to keep a lid on his zeal, lest he injure himself. But let us speak of your lesson. When you are ready, come and meet me at Little Alamigo. I have a challenge in mind that you are certain to find stimulating. I have concerns. Okay, so now we go over to Gladiator to pick up that quest. Why worry? The characters in this game have a penchant for saying things that cause concern because they're like, oh, it'll be easy. But they say it in the specific way where it's just like, this is about to hurt my body, mind, and soul. Also, I don't know if anyone else saw that Square Enix put out kind of a adventure startup guide on YouTube. But apparently her name is not Mila, as it is spelled. It's not Mila. It's pronounced Mila. Why is it spelled like that if it's supposed to be pronounced Mila? I give up. Ah, Arietta, I must apologize for my earlier behavior. As First Sword, it's my duty not only to foster your growth as a gladiator, but to also protect you from the dangers you are not yet ready to face. I did not know that Leovold had become the leader of the Alacran. Had he chosen to bear his steel at us, many and more of us would not have returned alive. I need to know why he's returned to a life of crime. Why he has turned to a life of crime. And so I've ordered my best men to scour Thanalin for any trace of his whereabouts. Unfortunately, one of them has disappeared. I have strong suspicions that he has been taken prisoner by the Alacran or worse. If there is any hope of saving him, we must act quickly. I would have you search for our missing comrade. His last report stated that he was tracking the Alacran near the Hammers in western Thanalin. If you go there, you may yet find some clues to his fate. I've been far too reckless in recent days and let too many good gladiators come to harm. Please, Arietta, find our missing comrade and bring him home to safe. Actually say the word out loud. We pronounce the last Y as an E because English. Not always, though. Not always. So, English is obnoxious because it beat up 15 languages and stole their lunch money and then is masquerading as them being like 4 sub-languages in a trench coat. Like, it's an amalgamation of so many things that none of the rules make sense because the rules are coming from so many different places. So, for example, take the word my. My is pronounced with a hard I, not an E, because it's my, not me. So pronouncing something as Myla makes sense, and it also, as captions is showing, is a typical way to spell that pronunciation, whereas Mila is with an I, as captions are showing again. I'm gonna drink some water. Are they wearing a subligar under the trench coat? I need to know for science. Seki, I'm not sure what you're doing is science. But nice try. It's definitely research. You are not incorrect there. But not all research is scientific. Arietta, I saw you coming this time. I've been more watchful since Kokobuki told us about the dreadful business with Kokobusi. We must locate our unfortunate younger sibling as soon as possible and deal with him. But Kokobuki is not his usual unflappable self. It frightens me to see our eldest so indecisive. Terrifies me, in fact. Perhaps you might speak with him and help banish the air of uncertainty. Arietta, long have I agonized over Kokobusi's plight, and the measures I might take to extricate him from it. It would not do to call upon my thaumaturge colleagues. No, they would simply seek to obliterate my brother outright. Our teachings from the yawning abyss allow for no other alternative. There is, however, one glimmer of hope. I have had word that the scholars who requested the destruction of Mormo's urn have returned from their expedition. They are currently in Camp Drybone, blowing the ink dry on their collective findings regarding the wretched void scent. I would ask that you go to these experts of otherworldly phenomena and beg permission to peruse their work. It's so much easier to do nasally voices when you are sick and have a nasally voice of your very own. Fun streaming tip. I'm not bitter. Not at all. Okay. I am very tired though. Good grief. Okay, so that's in Drybone. That's gonna be the closest one, so let's start out with Gladiator. Eh. Seki says, I don't know if I'm bitter, I'm probably savory, but that would be cannibalism. That's a good one. Also terrifying. Hmm. Okay, there. We're gonna get ambushed, I'm sure. Better have our good gear on. Oh, it's legs and shoes. We're literally locked in. It's a trap, sister. Yeah, I freaking noticed. How did you not notice? It's very clearly a trap. Also, our 3 button is down at the bottom, which was a mistake for all involved. I forgot to change my button positions. Why are these men fighting me in tidy whities? Oh, it's not tidy whities, that's a belt. Even worse. That's some fine swordsmanship, Arietta. Mila, the first sword certainly knows how to pick 'em. Even after all these years, I can't quite bring myself to call her that. See, I still remember when her father was first brought her to the guild. A wee lass who cried at the sight of naked steel. But to look at her now, you'd swear she was born with a blade in her hand. Not like she had much of a choice, but to rise to the occasion, though, what with all the trouble Aldous got into 7 years ago. Selfish bastard, he should have never... but enough of my rambling. I'll make my way back to Ul'dah after a short rest. You go on ahead and tell Mila I'm fine. All tanks have at least 3 button combo if you want to move them in advance. Well, yeah, but that requires remembering things. And doing them in advance. I think that's a little bit complicated. I'm not sure if you understand the situation I'm in. Okay, Thaumaturge is Dry Bone, and the other one is Little Alamigo. Okay, Pugilist, that's the one. I have an eyelash in my eye, which is hard to remove with glasses on. Chaos stream, chaos stream. Okay. Dry bone, dry bone. Okay. I have moved the microphone back. I am sorry if I hit it with my hand while I was trying to remove eyelash. That's what it's called. I've already forgotten. Yeah, in half an hour when the stream's over, I'm taking a nap. That's final. Okay, smirking void meth. If you seek the definitive work on Mormo, then seek no further. I have penned an in-depth analysis of a most cunning ritual, a method contrived by the mages of Eld to annihilate the soul of this especially potent void scent. When it comes to draining such a creature of its etheric energies, one must... but I have not the time to stand here explaining the intricacies of shaping arcane poetry. I'm sorry, arcane pottery. Here, take my chapter and read it at your leisure. Okay. There's one of them up there. I don't remember where the third one is. I swear half of RRs go to the Waking Sands and the other half is somehow go to Drybone again. You're not wrong. They really like Phanolin. You're interested in reading our Book of Mormo? Oh, For fuck's sake, I forgot it was called that. I forgot it was called the Book of Mormo. Not Mormon. But that's the joke. Anyways. Of course, of course. It would be a pleasure to share our findings with a fellow student of the Void Sense. Here's the first chapter, mine own humble contribution to our research. It tells the tale of how we became aware of the creature's existence and delves into the nature of the urn that imprisoned her fell power. Okay. Maybe here? Nope. This is outside of the bubble. Maybe here? Nope. This is a shop. Getting booze? Perhaps booze? Yes. You wish to learn of Mormo, right this instant, but we barely... How did you... Well, I suppose I could spare a copy of my writings. I've already prepared several extra sets to share with potential publishers. I can well understand your curiosity. Mormo is truly fascinating, even among the oddities of the Void Scent. She is far too powerful to make use of the tiny holes that open between our realities, and thus must send across only her spirit to possess a corpse or some other suitable host. You'll find it all explained there in the second chapter. Okay. Remembering. Brain is loading. Okay, I already did that. Cool, cool. Yes, I grabbed a little Alamigo last time. And we stretch. And we stretch. Okay. Excuse me. Hello, Chituto. What terrifying venture do you have for me now? I've been waiting for you, Arietta. Today your training will be to prepare for Master Hammond's training. I brought with me a set of striking dummies, and I want you to deploy them at certain locations. Lest you think this task to be drudgery, the locations are rife with peril. Your skills will most certainly be put to the test. By way of advice, if you must approach dangerous feats, lightness of foot is your greatest ally. Off with you now, Arietta. Go set up those striking dummies. I shall await your return. Why? Okay. There's several of them. There's one right there. Mayhap? Oh, it's inside. Maybe. Perhaps. What is rife with peril in here? Unless she set booby traps. A wooden dummy outfitted with several pegs. Basic training equipment for any aspiring pugilist. Okay, that one wasn't rife with peril. Did you lie to me, Chuchuto? If this game were American, it wouldn't be Little Alamigo, it would be New Alamigo. Yes and no. I think it's more in, because this is the Americanization, not Americanized. Well, kind of, yes, but this is the, that's over there, I need to go that way. This is the English adaptation, which has a localization to it. So it's kind of like how you have uh, sometimes it's not referred to as like Chinatown or Japantown or something like that when you have a district in a larger city that is very much culturally insular. Yes, but those are states, Seki. New Jersey, New York, New Hampshire. This is a small settlement, so it could be something like Little Tokyo. Anyways, besides the point. I need to punch the things. I have a new attack, apparently, that I didn't know about. What are you? Okay. Oh. It's an AoE. Frickin' finally! Okay. I'm gonna try to avoid the tempered swords. Doesn't mean I'll be successful. But yeah, since Little Alamigo is a tiny settlement as opposed to an entire state, it wouldn't follow the typical conventions. Like, it would be more likely to be called Little Alamigo or Alamigo Town, based on those conventions. Alright, where next? Up? Up. We're just gonna run real fast. Or rather, as fast as our little chocobo will take us. Yeah, I think in reference to that, it might be the area that you're in. And it could just be that the area you're in is a very much... It's New England area. So, like, the British had some say over how it was named. And it was also colonial settlements, as opposed to an area for refugees. I think that might be the primary difference. I'll have to look into it more to understand it better, but I think it has to do with like New York, New Hampshire, New Jersey. These were areas that were being settled and colonized as extensions of an empire, as opposed to Little Alamigo, which is not a colonization. It is, it's a place for refugees to go. So I think that's one of the primary differences in the naming convention, but I could be wrong. Okay, we're on to the last one. Where is it? Oh, I don't want to go up there. Ugh. Yes, I know. How do I even get all the way up there? No. Leave me the higgity heck alone. I have no desire to be a part of a fate. Oh! Screw this. Okay. I don't... No. No, I don't want to be in combat with any of these things. Oh, I can't do it because I'm on a chocobo. Right, okay. Let's see how well this works for me. Because I don't want to deal with this. This seems terrible. It's just too many dudes. That's me. That's how I stand when I am surveying an area. Hands on hips, staring blankly. And hit! Wahahaha! Okay, and now we switch back to Pugilist. What do you mean I'm unable to change class at this time? Okay. Dummies deployed. We're heading back to Little Alamigo. Chuchuto, I want you to bake me cookies to repay me for going on this awful adventure. No, no, why do you have an instant quest for me now? That's so rude. Don't do it. Why? Why? The cookies are violence. Excellent work, Arietta. All that's left is to have Master Hammond come and train. Oh, this guy. What are you doing here? That adventure is a negative influence on Master Hammond. I'm gonna see to it she never bothers him again. What are you talking about? Arietta's the best thing that's happened to Master in years. If you want a piece of her, you'll have to deal with me too. Yes, let's punch this small boy. Because let's be honest, he probably doesn't have enough sense. Okay, we're just gonna keep smashing the ground. Whoa, hello. Just keep hitting, hitting, hitting. Uh-oh. What is... Oh. Ugh, so mean. Okay. You have my attention, jerk. Uh-oh. 6. 6. I'm pressing the wrong buttons. Yeah. Everybody falls down. Why, Rurukuta? Are you so bent on bringing down Master Hammond and seeing the guild in ruins? You have it all wrong. I'm doing this for Master's own sake. It's true I left the guild for the shock of seeing Master in a pathetic state, and it's true I got involved with some unsavory types. But where else was I supposed to go? Me, a refugee without a guild to his name. But for all the ungrateful things I've done, I've never forgotten how Master Hammond took me in and instructed me in the ways of the fist. This is why I want him to give up his foolish notion of facing Vegfar. You don't know the man like I do, Chuchudo. Should this fight come to pass, I fear Master won't walk away with his life. It doesn't matter that Master has grown weak and feeble. I just want him to live, even if it means having him swallow his pride. Oh, Rurukudo, why didn't you just say so? But now that I know your mind, I can say with confidence that you have no cause to fear. Arietta is not the plague that you think she is. It's her will to succeed that's inspiring Master to regain his former strength. And when the day of the rematch finally comes, I've no doubt that he will wallop that odious Vegfar to the 7th hell and back. I pray you're right, but whatever happens, know that I cannot help you, not where I am. Chuchuto, Arietta, I leave Master Hammond in your care. The small boy may be level 40, but what is level 40 when you think about anything? I mean, I can't say shit because I'm still below level 30 on all my jobs. However, with what you still don't have and can't do at level 40 in this game, it's not saying much. It's only saying a lot compared to where I am currently. Gods, that felt liberating. Trading blows with Rurukuda and learning his true agenda, a great burden has been lifted off my chest. Let us return to the guild area. You've had your training and now it's time for Master Hammond's. Okay, so all the jobs need to go back to... Yep, that one does. That one does, and yep, all of them need to return to Ulda. Okay. My brain feels like a fried egg. This is terrible. I don't like fried eggs to start with, and I don't want my brain to feel like one. So many quests that we can't do yet, but I'm really hoping that we will level up these jobs enough so that when we start doing MSQ again and all the side quests, we have plenty to get us to level 30 so we can do our next job quests. Welcome back, Arietta. I'm told you've kindly set up some dummies for me. But gods, woman, did you have to put them in such dangerous places? To make matters worse, Chuchuto's hidden my grog and says I won't see a drop of it till I finish training. How the hells am I supposed to loosen my phlegm now? Gross. That girl will make a fine guildmaster when the time comes. I heard about Rurukuda as well, of course. For all his shortcomings, the boy has a good heart. But while his concern is touching, I won't run from Vegfar. Not today and not ever. On that note, I'd best get ready for my little jaunt to Little Alamigo. If I can't face down a few mindless beasts, I'm in no shape to challenge Vegfar. Don't slack off, Arietta, or I'll leave you in the dusty wake. in my dusty wake. That's worse. I should have this memorized and I don't. These are the pants that I'm wearing. Hat? Hat is bad. We take the money. Did he at least give us new punching stuff? Yes. Okay, and now to Gladiator. Very strange. I don't think my timers are working. I just now noticed. Oh well. One of the many things that I am thinking I might change up in the near future, but we'll find out. I have a hatred for that poofy shirt to the same degree you despise the Sublicar. Fair. Arietta, thank the gods you're all right. I heard all about the ambush at the Hammers. Excellent work. You've been an invaluable to the guild, and I cannot thank you enough. In fact, I believe you deserve a much-needed rest. Take some time for yourself and return when you've recuperated, but before you go, speak with Lulutsu. I believe she has a message for you. Lulutsu? What? Hi. Ah, Arietta, the very gladiator I was seeking. Lean closer, for I would not have the others hear my words. Aldous sends his regards and requests you meet him at the Lich Yard in Eastern Thanalin. Naturally, I've not divulged this information to the First Sword. As you may have gathered from their previous interactions, she's still rather upset with him, and would likely forbid any further association. Quite understandable, since he has clearly been groomed to become the next guildmaster before that horrible scandal. Ah, they would have made such a lovely couple. Ahem. Forgive me. This is hardly an appropriate topic of conversation. Anyways, you have my word that the First Sword will not hear any rendezvous from me. Okay then. So does that mean that I still have stuff to do? It does. Wah! Thaumaturge. Okay. Do you have the 3 chapters of the Book of Bormo? A scientific study on the characteristics of the void-sent seductress known as Mormo. The histories unearthed in the ruins of Sildi depict the suffering wrought by a singularly powerful void-sent, the cunning and terrible seductress known as Mormo. With genius born of desperation, the mages of the now-fallen city fashioned an urn that would drain and imprison the etheric vitality of any creature that laid a hand or claw upon it. Mormo believed she was receiving a gift of appeasement from the beleaguered citizens, found her very essence drawn forth and trapped within the ensorcelled pot. Over the course of several centuries, the captive etheric energy was intended to weaken and dissipate, allowing any surviving descendants to safely shatter the urn and thus destroy Mormo's venerated spirit. The pot's lid was never to be opened again. To do so would release the ravenous void-sent, freeing her soul to enslave the nearest mortal vessel. As possession of this nature is irreversible, the only mercy afforded such a host should be a swift and decisive demise. This explains Mormo's fixation on the thaumaturgicide. Kokobusi's body provided little arcane sustenance for the weakened void scent, forcing her to prey upon richer sources of etheric to restore her hideous power. Ugh, I'm gonna start talking like this in real life very soon. Okay. This morsel of information may prove most vital. In fact, it may be the only glimmer of hope our poor sibling has. Pray, hand this work over to Coco Biogo. I shall be along momentarily. Jump! Thank you. This is a work devoted to studying that nasty void sense. I should hope it provides some hint of salvation. Kokobuki, these passages hold naught but misery and despair. It seems we have little choice but to employ our traditional approach. Though fraught with danger, there is one solution that promises an alternative to killing Kokobusi. If we fail, however, it will likely mean death for us all. Who is this mad mage that poses as our eldest brother? What of avoiding the threats, of eliminating the risks? Is it that not how we thaumaturges do battle? With each passing moment, Mormo draws ever closer to her full strength. It pains me to even suggest it, but we should strike now, Kokobuki, while the void scent is yet feeble. I share that self-same sentiment. Sorrowful though it may be, we must slay our enslaved sibling, and do so soon. Listen, brothers, for my solution is thus. In return for releasing Kokobusi from Mormo's thrall, I will offer the void scent the chance to glut herself on my mana. You cannot! That succubus will drain you to a lifeless husk, and such a feast will awaken all her terrible magics. The well of my power is vast. I'll wager Mormo's thirst will be slaked before my spirit fully runs dry. And the newly enlivened void scent, she will then face the combined wrath of Arietta and 4 guildmasters of thaumaturgy. How can we hope to prevail against this paragon of preternatural potency? We have always avoided adversaries against whom we held no advantage. The fault lies with me. Ever have I encouraged such avoidance and taught only the wisdom of certain victory. It is time we learned the courage to fight battles of unsure outcome. And it is you, Arietta, that I ask to instruct us. There is yet one chapter left in the yawning abyss, one that is customarily hidden from newer members. Undertake the trial found within, and show my brothers what it means to be brave. How can you ask such a thing of poor Arietta, when even her guildmasters have yet to attempt that ghastly test? The arcane might you all possess is far greater than you believe. Arietta, once you deem yourself prepared for the lesson of the true final chapter, then meet us at the hallowed halls of Thal's Respite. I'm Coco for Cocoa Puffs Coco Biogo. Okay. We're so stinking close. We're so close. We have to go to Eastern Thanalin for both of these. That's the one. I for real am getting very tired and very brain fried. We are almost at the 2-hour mark. I'm going to attempt to get through Gladiator, but we might have to save turn-ins for next stream. The nap. It calls. And if anyone were curious, no, I I don't recommend streaming while you are sick. I don't think it's a good idea. I also don't follow good advice, especially not good advice that I have made myself. Um, that's an instanced battle. There is no way. French fry brain has nothing to do with this. Okay. We're gonna call it here. There is no way. All right. Thank you so much to everyone for coming in today to watch me struggle through streaming while sick. I apologize if it wasn't as entertaining as typical or promised. Um, just doing my best. So, socials. Oh, apparently I have caps lock on. That's a problem. In the chat right now is my beacons directory. From this link directory, you can find my Twitter account where there are updates for the stream. You can find my YouTube channel, which has VODs of the stream so that you can catch up if you are new here and want to see this all jobs, all quests from the beginning. It also has all of the clips on there. Um, there is my Ko-fi account. And currently, as you might have noticed on the live scene, we are saving up for new computer parts. I currently have half the parts I need, but the parts in my PC currently are so old that Google can't find them. So I currently have on my desk a new CPU and new RAM, but I still need a CPU cooler, a new motherboard, possibly a new power supply, and possibly a new hard drive because mine is full. While my head is empty, my hard drive is full. So I am saving up for that. People who support me on Ko-fi will have notifications during chat, but they will also appear in the special thanks at the end of every single stream for the month following. You are also able to subscribe through Ko-fi for monthly uh, sorry, brain is restarting. You can subscribe on Ko-fi to provide monthly support just like you would if you were to buy a subscription on Twitch, but I am not yet affiliate. So that kind of support is still available on Ko-fi, and it would really help me out and make it so that I would be able to not worry about my poor little PC tower also having a fever every time it streams, because it is also very warm right now. And the last link that is on there is for Throne. Throne is a gift giving service that maintains the privacy of the gifter and the recipient. So you are able to give a gift from my wish list without me receiving your personal information and without my personal information being given either. Currently at the top of the list, uh, we have a microphone because I've been noticing when replaying the VODs that there's been some popping sounds coming from the microphone. So getting a replacement would be good. I started streaming with old equipment in the hopes that I would be able to upgrade as I went. I was not expecting for my computer to be so outdated that I would need to replace all the things at once. But yes, I'm going to probably take a little nap now. Thank you everyone for being here. I am going to see if there's anyone online that we could raid, because that's been a whole lot of fun. Okay. Um, I'm not seeing any of the usual people that I follow. Uh, okay, this guy's playing 14. He's got a bigger audience, but let me just check real quick. But he's also doing P4S prog. Captions why. Yeah, I think for today I'm just gonna skip it because that is major spoilers. Um, but we will see about raiding someone next time. I'm still constantly on the lookout for new people to raid that aren't so far along in the story that it's massive spoilers. But it takes time to build up a list like that, so it is what it is. Sorry guys, but we'll raid someone next time. All right. I hope you all have a wonderful day. I hope none of you are dealing with being sick. If you are dealing with being sick, I hope that it passes quickly. Have a wonderful day, and thank you so very much for being here. I truly appreciate it. And I will see you on Friday. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Heidel. Okay. Bye, everybody. I'm gonna go lay down.